it's me again. Today I'm going to talk about old video CD releases of these movies. So I noticed something that's quite interesting on the package of this video CD, a very old video CD package. Um, it says original DMV video CD, but something very interesting is this logo saying digital Betacam mastering. So I do not really know what does that supposed to mean, digital Betacam mastering, and I do not know why they put that label there. And this is the only film in my collection that has this particular logo. So this movie, this particular video CD, the disc, the home video, was released in 1999. That's the year of the release of the package, not the release of the movie, but the package of this movie. This is on a kind of an envelope package. So, this is quite cheap. This is much cheaper than the normal video CD package from that same era. And let's take a look at the disc. This particular disc still works to this day. It's amazing how they actually hold up in terms of manufacturing quality. They still play just fine. And the newest update for Windows 10, they still play the disc perfectly. So that's the Relic on video CD. And again, the thing that's really interesting to me is this particular logo saying that this is the digital, that this copy is actually created or encoded with this kind of technology using the Betacam mastering. And that's supposed to mean something that's extraordinary from this particular package, because the competitors, they do not have this particular logo. The same package from the same era doesn't have that logo, and a lot of movies, usually from the big player at the time, it was called Vision. Vision was the kind of the a very very big player at the time, and they release movies from Warner Brothers. And we'll try to look at their movies, especially this one, The Client. I want to show you a particular movie. It's difficult to take the movies out. There you go. So this is The Neverending Story 2, but I'm actually going to talk about The Client. So this movie, The Client, this was released in 1999, so the exact same year as the Relic, but doesn't have the Betacam mastering logo. And something very interesting about movies from this particular era, the late 90s or early 2000s, is that the movies, the video CDs, they look like VHS. They really, really look like VHS transfer. So I think the Betacam master is something, from analog, and then they made the copy of the video CD from the analog source. So the movies, they look like VHS copy. The Client looks like a VHS copy, and The Neverending Story also, and The Secret Garden also, they look like a VHS copy. And I noticed the difference on this particular movie, Titanic. This is the early release of Titanic on video CD. I think this was released in the year. Let me see. It doesn't say, but I think this was released in the year 2000. And the newer version of this movie, the new edition, was released by a different company. Let me try to give you an example of that particular company, but it's a different movie. I do not have the newer version of Titanic on video CD, but I talk about the newer version of 20th Century Fox on video CDs quite some times ago, and the new edition got this kind of package, and on the back of the package it says digital encoding process, and most of them, they do not look like VHS anymore. They look like the digital, and there's no artifacts like VHS artifacts. So when you watch these movies, the old movies, these Titanic or these movies and those particular movies from the release in the late 90s, they all got like distortions on top of the screen, and I do not know what is that called, and I cannot show you that, but it has some kind of a distortion that was often seen on analog media on VHS, but no longer seen on the new edition, in which they use this logo digital encoding process. And I think that's the reason why they put the logo digital encoding process, is because they want to show to the public that this is a different transfer. So it doesn't look like a VHS copy anymore. It looks like something directly from the digital file, or I don't know, the DVD master or something. And if you notice, this is a copy of Sense and Sensibility. This was released in 1999, so during the same time as the what is that, the Relic and DNA video CD and Titanic, and also the non-digital encoded or movies that didn't go through the digital encoding process. This one actually looks like doesn't look like a VHS copy. So there's a difference. If you watch the movie, I can't really explain to you what's the difference really, uh, from the digital encoding process and movies that doesn't have that, or probably went through the Betacam mastering. But there's a difference. Clearly is the difference. There are artifacts that's very common on VHS, on tapes, that they're not common on digital files, and we can see that clearly on these older releases of these films. And it's interesting because the Sense and Sensibility movie was also released in 1999, and they stamped that logo boldly. Their digital encoding process is like telling the world, telling the consumers that we have better encoding technology than the competitors. Of course, they were competing at the time, and the rights for distributing movies, they went from this distributor to that distributor quite quite often. This was released by Musica Video Fan, but in the newer edition it was released by a different distributor called the Magic Size. This was released in 2003, and also has the digital encoding process logo. So after the millennium, so after probably 2000 or early 2000s, other manufacturers, other distributors, they do not have that VHS look on the video CD anymore. They just look like the DVD, but with lower resolution. When you watch the movies on CRT TV, when you watch these movies on LCD TV, HD TV, or 4K TV, they look terrible. You could say that they look like VHS because of the high resolution of the television that doesn't match the resolution, the maximum resolution of video CDs. But when you watch the video CDs on CRT TV, you can really tell the difference, that these older video CDs, or with the analog technology, the digital Betacam mastering or something, they really look like a copy of a VHS. The only difference is that they won't degrade through time. No matter how many times you play the movies, they will look exactly the same. But the artifacts that are common in analog tapes, they're there. That's no longer there on video CDs with the digital encoding process um, quality. So that's just something that's very interesting that I would like to show you. I'm sorry because I cannot show you the picture quality. I'm just very interested in, and I still haven't figured it out quite yet, fully, about these things, because I didn't really think about this back in the day. I just think about it not a long time ago, when someone asked me about the copy of Titanic on video CD, and the person on my blog
is asking about the what is that, the aspect ratio of the movie, because on the DVD and on the Blu-ray of the Titanic, the funnels during the Southampton scene, the first scene when Titanic sails, we can't see the full funnels, the top of the funnels on the DVD and on the Blu-ray. I checked that, and we can't see that because of the black bars on top and bottom of the movie, of the screen. But with this one, this is full screen, and we can see the full height of the funnel, and that's very interesting. And I was thinking that, oh, maybe this is using the same technology with the Relic stuff, because they look identical. I mean, the artifacts and the overall picture quality, they really, really look identical. That's what I would like. That's what I like to share today. If I got more information about this, I will create an update. And if you know something about this, probably you can share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you very much if you're still watching, and goodbye.